Hello and welcome back to the Entertainment Vortex and our new episode of Pop Culture News, where of course we're going to give you everything Funko Pop related in the last week or so. So first thing we're going to talk about is the items that are available now that we've talked about in previous episodes. So first up on the list that's available now is going to be the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Pops. We talked about this a while back, showed you guys pictures. I know that all the Harry Potter fans are going to be super excited about this one. Next up, we actually talked about last week in the announcement section, but it's now available, which is the Diamond Batgirl figure. Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the wild so I can pick it up. And then third one on the list, very apt because we reviewed Jurassic World today. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is going to be the 10-inch T-Rex figure, which is very cool in itself. So if you're a fan of any of these that we announced in the past, now is the time to grab them. So now we're going to jump into our new announcements. This is the stuff that's been announced in the last week that we found out and it's been confirmed. First up on the list, we've got two from Teen Titans Go. We've got Raven as Wonder Woman, definitely really cool. We've got Cyborg all camoed out. These are both available at Walmart, and they are available now. I know Walmart's kind of hard to get these at. Normally their website's your best bet. I know I'm going to try to pick these one up, especially the Raven as Wonder Woman. That's amazing. As a big DC fan, I definitely like the Raven Pops. I don't know if I'll pick up Cyborg. I'll have to see it first, but I definitely want to check these out. How about yourself?
I'm still not 100% sold on the whole Teen Titans Go thing. Guess we will figure more of that out in July. If it's cool, hopefully these are still available. The Wonder Woman one does definitely look pretty cool. It's definitely interesting because I know what the Raven character normally looks like, so having this alternate costume kind of thing is definitely interesting to me. It's something, like I said, if the movie is good, then I'll probably check this out.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be really funny. Teen Titans Go in the cartoon series tends to be more slapstick and childlike, but looking at the movie trailer, it looks like they're going for more of the fourth wall breaking, adult sarcastic humor like a Deadpool concept without the rated R, of course. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of Shrek moments where the jokes are for the adults, not the kids, and I look forward to seeing that. It should be a lot of fun.
All right, so next up on the list is going to be another one that's available now. Doesn't look like there's any exclusivity or anything to this one. It's going to be an Incredibles 2 ride. It's going to be Elastigirl on her Elasticycle. I've been trying to scrounge up enough coin to pick up as many of these Incredibles Pops as possible. I haven't actually pulled the trigger on any of them yet. It's been a little bit tight, but things are starting to loosen up a little bit as far as the purse strings are concerned, so there may be some more of those things coming up in the future. This one is definitely going to be a must-have. It's a super cool part of that film. I really enjoyed it a lot, and I really want this pop. How about you?
I picked up one of them already. I got the Screenslaver. I really dug the outfit for the Screenslaver, so I picked that up even before we saw the movie. Now that I've seen the movie, if I see any of the Jack ones out in the wild, I'll grab them, but I'm not really running out to grab any of these pops. If they did some more action poses like Frozone on the frozen surf wave or whatever like he does, or like them in battle, I would do it, but just the regular poses is kind of boring, so I haven't really picked any of these up. But Elastigirl on the Cycle is pretty cool, so we'll see if I come across this one. It's not going to be one I seek out.
And it's supposed to stretch in the middle, too.
Oh, that's super cool, which makes sense.
Yeah, but, I mean, not going to take it out of the box. That's a cardinal sin.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's not how it works. I understand some of you do, and that's okay. We're just joking. So next up on the list, we have the giant section for San Diego Comic-Con. So we got a lot of announcements for the San Diego Comic-Con convention exclusives for this season. And let me tell you, some of them are really cool. So we're going to start off with the Marvel Pops. So the Marvel ones, we definitely have some cool ones. We have quite a few. We'll have them up on the screen there for you. I'm going to mention my favorites. We've got the director from Thor Ragnarok. He's got his own pop. He looks really cool with this like Hawaiian-looking shirt on. We've got a new Deadpool one, dressed as a cheerleader. You're always going to get something crazy out of the Deadpool Pops. And we've got Kraglin from Guardians of the Galaxy, who, of course, as you know, spoilers, now has the fin and the arrow, and this is him with the fin and the arrow. That one looks really cool. I want to get that one for sure. I wasn't able to get the Yondu, the Mary Poppins Yondu, where he's flying with the arrow, but I definitely want to see if I can get this Kraglin one. I wouldn't mind getting the Thor Ragnarok director as well. I know he did a really good job in that movie, and he's definitely got his own style to his filmmaking, and as a filmmaker myself, I really appreciate that. How about yourself?
A lot of these look super awesome, like we've talked about before. I'm the resident Marvel guy here, so I want a lot of these. Taika Waititi is hilarious, and it's kind of funny because he's going to be two different Pops. He's Korg, because he is the voice of Korg, and then he's also himself, which is interesting as well considering it's all Marvel related. I'm also interested they're doing a classic Ant-Man, and they're doing the first Iron Man suit from the films, because they're doing that Marvel Studio 10th anniversary thing. They did the Thanos on the throne.
Thanos on the throne.
That one is super cool. I hope they do more of these, but that Iron Man one is super cool. I think the one that I'm probably most excited about is also Kraglin, though. Guardians is a soft spot in my heart. I also wasn't able to get my hands on Yondu, so if I can get my hands on this one, I'd be pretty stoked.
I think it's going to be hard to get that one, but it's worth a try.
All right, so next we'll be moving on to the DC portion of this. There are quite a few that have been released. There are a few different Flash variants from Justice League, a few different chrome ones in different colors. The one that I'm most excited about is Red Hood. Now, that's from a great section of Batman writing, in my personal opinion, and I'm sure a lot of people share that opinion. Red Hood is an amazing character. I love the way that they did the pop. I would love to get my hands on that one specifically. If I can get my hands on the Flash, maybe one of the chrome ones, I'd be pretty stoked about that too. How about you?
I'm the resident DC guy, so I'm pretty excited about all of these. I'm definitely going to pick up the Red Hood. If you haven't read the Red Hood series from, I think, 3-4 years ago in Batman, I highly suggest it. We will not spoil who he is here, and they don't spoil it with the figure as well. But that is an amazing series, and they did a great job. I'm actually thinking it's probably beyond 4 years ago. It was quite a while back, but worth getting a hold of, probably pretty cheap on the app or in graphic novel form. I also like the Flash that's kind of disappearing. That's cool. And the Teen Titans Go character, I vaguely remember who this is. I do see that he's holding Starfire's pet, so it's definitely a Teen Titans Go character, but I don't quite remember who it is, but it's a neat looking figure. I want to look up and figure out what episode that's from, and I might pick that one up as well, because I really like the figure. I like how he's got the little worm creature in his arm there. It looks really cool.
And if you're more into the motion picture side of things, there's also a really great Batman animated film featuring Red Hood, so that one's also another one that's worth checking out.
Yeah, that's directly from that comic book series I was talking about. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, however you want to digest it. So next up on the list for SDCC is going to be some Star Wars pops. Not a whole lot of these, but I mean, there's been a ton of these coming out lately, so it makes sense we're not getting a ton at SDCC. But we've got a Stormtrooper, and then we've also got a character that appears to be from Clone Wars. Looks like a bounty hunter of some sort. I'm not familiar with that character, but these aren't going to be for me. I don't really know these two, but I know the Star Wars fanatics out there are going to be super stoked.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Clone Wars is concerned, it's not something that I've really dug into at this moment in time. There are going to be some more that we talk about later in the episode that are just random general release type of things. These really aren't for me. I haven't actually watched that particular show. If I do, and it turns out that it's cool, maybe, but at this point in time, probably not, especially considering these will probably be pretty hard to find.
And we've actually taken some lore from the Clone Wars cartoon series and the Rebels cartoon series for the Star Wars fan film we're making. If you haven't seen that yet, check out our playlist section on the channel under short films, and you'll see a snippet from that. We've got more coming very soon on that, so definitely stay tuned. More Star Wars to come.
All right, so the next one up on the list for San Diego Comic-Con is going to be a couple of things from the movies section of Pops. The first one is going to be a 2-pack of Matthew Patel and one of his hipster demon chicks from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. And then the other one is going to be a ride of Nux and Max on the front from Mad Max Fury Road. These all look amazing. I would pick these up in a heartbeat if I can get my hands on them. My guess is they're going to be pretty hard to find. Hopefully, if they do go wide, maybe they'll go to somewhere like Hot Topic that's a little bit easier to get a hold of things, rather than somewhere like Target or Walmart, where if you do get a release of them, typically they go out online first and then they sell out really quickly. You know, you got people with bots trying to spam in and grab as many as they can and up the price on them. I really hope I can get a hold of these. How do you feel about them?
I feel like I need to have a conversation with someone at Funko headquarters. Sit them down in a chair and say, quit making all the Scott Pilgrim stuff so freaking hard to get. I love it. It's my favorite stuff I have is my Scott Pilgrim stuff, and it is so hard to get some of this stuff. I have like a $200+ figure, a 3-pack, waiting for me in someone's hands, and it's like everything you want to get for Scott Pilgrim costs you an arm and a leg. So with that being said, I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to have to get it from a secondary seller, and I'm probably going to have to pay you-know-what for it. But, you know, I wish they just made them easier to get. Give me another regular set of Scott Pilgrim. Give me some of these cool figures. Because you're doing an amazing job capturing the fun of this movie in pop form. But yeah, the last one I picked up was Sword of Destiny, and that one cost me an arm and a leg too. Fingers crossed that we'll get some more of this. I would like to get the Mad Max one. I'm not as excited about it as I am the Scott Pilgrim one. It is an amazing looking pop, though. They did a great job with the detail on it.
Yeah, hopefully, if we do get more Scott Pilgrim Pops, maybe continue with the idea of getting more of the Evil X's involved. I like that. Because I don't think we've had any up to this point, so this is going to be the first one. Maybe I think there might have already been a Gideon. Maybe.
I think there's a Roxy too.
Maybe a Gideon and a Roxy, but I mean, you still got 4 others to work with. But this is a great start. Keep bringing them on, like Nick said, more affordable, more regular releases, please.
Next up on the list is going to be animes and animated movies. We're going to kind of lump them together here. First up is going to be the Dragon Ball stuff. Of course, there's going to be Dragon Ball stuff. So from Dragon Ball Z, we've got Gold Chrome Super Saiyan Vegeta. We've got Super Saiyan Broly, very cool. And then we've got one of the best Dragon Ball Z figures they've done, and that's Dead Yamcha. I mean, honestly, just give me a dead Krillin. I'm going to put them next to each other on their own shelf. That's just fantastic. Fantastic. I love that they're getting humorous with it and they're having fun with it. I am definitely going to try to get the Dead Yamcha one. I hope that they have tons of them. And then they have, I believe it's pronounced Ys or Ys from Dragon Ball Super. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super yet, so I'm not super familiar with this character, but they are doing this figure. Outside of Dragon Ball, they're also doing a Sailor Moon figure, which you can see on your screen there, as well as one from the old school movie Heavy Metal, which blast from the past, but very cool. I definitely want to get the Dead Yamcha one. I don't know if the rest of these are really my thing. If I see the Super Saiyan Broly in the wild, I'll probably pick it up just because it's a very cool looking figure. But none of the other ones here really got me going. No Full Metal Alchemist anime, so it's not time for the dance yet. I hope it's coming soon though. I will totally do it.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Yeah, the Dragon Ball ones, they look super cool. Those ones are definitely in my wheelhouse. Sailor Moon and Heavy Metal, not really for me. But like I said, if I can get a hold of Dead Yamcha, or if I can get a hold of the Gold Chrome Super Saiyan Vegeta, I'd be super stoked on those. So it's just, once they get released to the wild, trying to see if we can hunt those down. So next on the list for Comic-Con, we have 2 different figures for the gaming section of things. We have a character from Overwatch and a character from Destiny. I'm not super familiar with either of these franchises. They're a little outside of my area of expertise when it comes to gaming. They look super cool. I'm sure people would be excited about them. Those are 2 rabid fan bases, so we'll see how it all turns out after Comic-Con. How do you feel?
Yeah, these are definitely going to be popular, but they're not my thing. I definitely played a lot of Overwatch in the past, and then of course I played Destiny, and then I played a bit of Destiny 2, but I'm not going to pick these up personally. But I know there's going to be a lot of people out there very excited for these. So next up, we've got some comic ones. We've got one more from Saga. Man, that series is getting a lot of pops. It must have been really successful when they first started it. Not really for me, but I know a lot of people out there are really excited to get more of this. This is a really, really popular series. And then we've got a new one for Hellboy, and man, does that look cool. It's him on like a throne of tentacles. I hope this is from the new movie because I want to see more. The pops are making me excited for the movie. Normally it's the other way around. The movie makes me excited for the pops, but these are really cool. The Hellboy series has been really great recently. And this is an amazing piece, so I want to pick this one up for sure. How about yourself?
Definitely interested in the Hellboy one. Saga, I still haven't found the time to get into. It's a pretty sprawling story up to this point, so it's hard to find a point to just start at and dig in. So I guess we'll see. Like I said, it's hard to ingest all this content, so it just may be something that gets thrown to the back burner even further. So we'll see. I know there are going to be people out there who are going to be stoked about it though. And so the last one we have so far for San Diego Comic-Con is going to be a director. So it's James Wan of several different film fames. I love his work with the Insidious franchise. Would be super stoked to pick this up. It's really interesting now that they're starting to dig into these directors now.
This one's not for me. He's not a director that I'm a huge fan of, although he did do one of the Fast and the Furious movies I heard. Not really in my list of favorite directors, so probably going to pass on this. So next up on the list is going to be some Minecraft pops, but very unique. This is going to be Adventure Time Minecraft. Yeah, you heard me right. Very, very interesting. I am a big Adventure Time fan. I am a somewhat Minecraft fan, so I could definitely see me possibly picking this up when it comes out. We'll see if I come across it. These are available in July.
So I haven't actually watched any of Adventure Time yet. I know. Sad, sad, sad. Eventually I will get around to doing it, just like I did with Rick and Morty. I wasn't into Rick and Morty until about halfway through the second season. I love Minecraft. It's a game that I play pretty regularly. I happen to like Adventure Time. This would be something that would be right in my wheelhouse, so I guess we'll see. All right, so next up on the list is going to be a figure based around the short that was played before The Incredibles 2, Bao. This is a little dumpling character. It's super cute. The actual short is bonkers. But the pop is super cute. I might pick it up. It's a Funko Shop exclusive coming out in August.
I'm probably not going to pick this one up. This was probably the weakest short I've seen. It was a little heartwarming, but it was really weird. So next up on the list is going to be some Pops from Clone Wars. These are coming in August. You can see there's quite a few of them up on the screen there. If you're someone that's watched the Clone Wars series, which I have not, I did some research on it from our fan film, but I haven't actually watched the entire series. I know you're going to be really excited about these. I'm glad that these side episodes and these side series are getting some love. The Inquisitors from Rebels series is something that I really loved, and I want to see more of that. More of the smaller stuff get pushed into the mainstream Funko Pops. How about yourself?
Yeah, so like I said before when we talked about it, this isn't something that I've watched, so it's probably not for me. I might sit down and watch it at some point in time. So next up on the list is going to be another blast from the past. They're doing a lot of these like throwback cartoons and old television shows. Betty Boop. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to pick up. These look super cool. There are color and black and white versions, but I just don't know if it's something that's for me. I know that it does have a rabid fan base though, so someone out there will love this pop. It's just not going to be for me. How do you feel about it?
It's not me either. It's not really from my nostalgia area. I do know that, like you said, there's going to be a ton of people that really want these though. Just not us. So next up on the list is going to be a gold figure of Ken Griffey Jr. This is actually being released at a Seattle Mariners game, and it's being released on the 29th of September. So if this is something that you're into, if you're a big baseball fan and you're in the Seattle area, this is a great opportunity. It's a giveaway at the game. You can combine your love of baseball, your love of Pops together. I'm not in that area. We're in Central California, so I'm not going to be able to pick this up, but I do know someone that is in that area, so I might hit them up to see if they can hit this game up together. Because I think it's going to be worth something. What do you think?
I think that it's a super cool idea. It makes a whole lot of sense just considering proximity to Funko headquarters, you know, that they are making this happen. I wouldn't be shocked to see this become a more frequent thing. So the next two on our list are going to be some t-shirt pop combo boxes. There's going to be one for Coming to America. It's going to be Akeem. It's a gold figure, and then on the shirt it's also gold. It looks super cool. And then there's also going to be a new Deadpool shirt and combo metallic mermaid pop. They haven't specifically announced a release date yet for them, but my guess is they'll probably be coming around the corner. They look super cool. I would definitely be interested in picking up the Deadpool. If I were to come across the Coming to America one, I'd also pick that up too. It was a great film from my childhood. How about you?
I'd be down for either one of these. They're both cool franchises, and they're cool pops. So, and plus, if I can find a t-shirt that fits, all power to it. So next up on the list is going to be a series of pops from the movie Smallfoot. This is kind of a weird animated feature that's coming out where you're following the Yeti, you're following the Bigfoot. He's talking about a human he saw and no one believes him. It's like a mythical creature. So they're kind of flipping the script on you. Kind of looks kind of cheesy. Not really one I'm curious to see. I'm sure I will end up seeing it because we review everything pretty much, but these pops are going to pass me up. How about yourself?
It looks like an interesting concept. I'm going to go into it with an open mind, but I definitely will not be hunting these down before I see the film. And if the film's not good, it's going to continue the same way. I won't pick those up. So the last two on our announcements list are going to be a couple of the collector's boxes that are coming out in July. In the next month, there will be the end to these. So if you want to pick up either the Deadpool Collector's Core Marvel box or the Smuggler's Bounty Revenge of the Sith box, you'll want to sign up for those before the date on July. I want to say it's around the 15th or the 16th of that month. Sign up for those so that way you can get your box, and then make sure that you also pick your shirt sizes as well, because most of them come with a shirt as well.
I heard a lot of these subscription boxes are moving to Amazon, so this will be like kind of like your last chance to get some of these. If this is something you're interested in, definitely grab it. The Deadpool one sounds interesting. Actually, they both sound interesting. I would be interested in grabbing both of them if I can get my hands on it to get the money together. But I'm curious to see how Amazon's going to handle these. Are they just going to sell the boxes, or is it still going to be subscription? We'll have to see.
I guess we'll figure it out. It's funny that you mentioned that because the split is right down the middle on this one. The Deadpool box is already on Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. If you actually go ahead and do that, go ahead and comment down in the section below and let us know what it looks like, because we're not fully sure at this point. If it does continue that subscription model, it'd be really nice to know.
So next up, of course, we're going to talk about the rumors. This is an exciting section that I always enjoy doing because we get to talk about stuff that's not confirmed yet, but we're getting from pretty good sources. So far, I'd say 90% of the stuff we talk about in these sections ends up getting confirmed. So first thing are some neat things that came from the Hot Topic Periscope call. We've got Sam from Supernatural girl with baby, his car. There's two versions. There's him with the car and then him with the car chromed out. Very cool. We've also got some possible Kingdom Hearts 3 pops that we've got on the list there. And then we've also got some more Supernatural exclusives. So all of this stuff is really cool. I wouldn't mind getting one of the two baby with Sam's. Those would be pretty cool. I'm a Supernatural fan myself, and that car was amazing. And then I definitely wouldn't mind getting the Kingdom Hearts 3. More Kingdom Hearts 3 pops. I want more. The more I see about this game, the more excited I get. I mean, they showed Frozen World, they showed Pirates of the Caribbean, they showed Toy Story, they showed Monsters Inc. I am just feeding on this, so I want all of those pops. All of them.
I definitely love the concept of having those exclusives potentially coming out a little bit closer to the release date of the game. And the exclusives tend to be a little bit better than some of the other pops that they've released up to this point. I know that they did a Hot Topic exclusive of the Pumpkinhead Sora, and that was probably the best pop they've released so far for the series.
Yeah, the Halloween Town one, yeah.
And then the Supernatural, bring on more of the Supernatural. I've already shown Team Free Will in our haul section at some point in time on this show. Having Baby as a pop would be amazing. I'd probably try to get both of them if I can. All right, so the next step on the list is going to be a prototype. It's not painted or anything like that, it's just carved, but it appears to be Dustin in his suit for the snowball from Season 2 of Stranger Things. As you know, Stranger Things, I'm all about it. I would love to have this pop. I think it's probably the largest section of my collection up to this point. So if I could get a hold of one of these, my wife would be very excited and I would also be very excited. So hopefully this is a thing. The sculpt so far looks pretty cool, so hopefully we'll get paint in a box soon and we'll be able to buy it.
Someday I'll watch it. I watched the first season. I liked the first season, but I still haven't watched the second season. So until I watch the second season, I won't be picking any of these up. But I know that he'll get enough for both of us. So yeah, stay tuned for this in the haul at some point, I'm sure, because he gets all the Stranger Things. So next up on the list is going to be a rumor that we're going to get a black and gold Megazord that's going to be released at Power Morphicon, which of course is a Power Rangers convention, and that should be coming in August. So hopefully that's true. I'd love to see something like that, especially having a cool Megazord pop exclusive to a Power Rangers convention. That's really cool.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I would possibly pick that one up. I'd have to see the scope for it. How about yourself?
So there is a picture. It's a little on the fuzzy side. It looks very similar to the one that's already been released, but having a color variant of that would be super cool. I love that there's cons for everything now. You know, if you have a fandom and you want to specifically hammer into just that, the con's there for you.
Yeah, you always find like-minded people to love it with, and that's what Funko Pops are all about, in my opinion, is celebrating your fandoms.
All right, so next up on the list is going to be a SKU that they've released, and there is an image with it as well for an exclusive Arbiter pop from Halo. That's going to be a Best Buy exclusive. It looks super cool. Halo is one of those things where I played a lot of it when I was younger and I kind of grew out of it, I feel like. But I know that it is a massive gaming franchise, and I know that there's going to be people who are going to be digging further into that lore rather than just having, you know, 6 different ways you can have a Master Chief. So it'll be nice to get some of those secondary characters get a little bit of love. How do you feel about it?
I'm probably not going to pick this one up. I'm the same way where I kind of grew out of Halo. Over the time, I just stopped playing them. I didn't even play the last game. But I do see the need for this figure. I know that people would be very excited about it. And I did love this character from the second game. And then last up on the list, but certainly not least, we've got some pictures of the Bazooka Joe and the Noid. So these, of course, are more of those ad campaign ones we talked about before. Neither one of us were really big, but the Noid was one that I said I would probably pick up. So I am excited to see more information about this, as I do want this to be a real thing, because I do want to pick up the Noid one. Funny, it's actually more of a video game thing for me than it is a mascot thing, because I had the game as a kid, Yo Noids. So kind of funny how that works. Horrible game, by the way. How about yourself?
Yeah, I don't really care about Bazooka Joe. The Noid I'd probably pick up just for video game nostalgia. That, and if they did Cool Spot, I'd be pretty stoked about that as well. Totally. But the pictures on these, they look like we're starting to look more legit. We've got boxes, so that's a definite plus. So we'll see if these become a thing. I imagine they will, considering they've been hammering pretty hard into the advertisement space.
So next up, we're going to talk about our hauls for this week. This, of course, is when we talk about what we've picked up in the last week and share that with you. Don't forget that we also want to know what you picked up. Let us know in the comment section below. Let's kind of celebrate our buys from the last week together. I actually did not buy anything this last week. Money's been a little tight, but I am looking forward to getting back on the saddle. I know you did get something, though. What'd you pick up?
So I happened to stumble across Tomateo from Moana. This is one that we talked about in an episode recently where I said, yes, I will pick that up as soon as I see it. As soon as I saw it, I picked it up. It was one of those things where I maybe even should have not picked it up. Just financially speaking, but it came at the right price, and it was definitely one that I wanted to have on my collection. And it'll go up at that weird spot on the top of my shelf where I can't really fit anything else, because it's kind of awkward in the box the way that it sits. It's a sideways box, so it'll fit up there right alongside my my Velociraptor. So pretty stoked about this one. And like I said, if you got anything cool this week, go ahead and let us know in the comments.
And I know what you're thinking. And yes, it is shiny.
Mm.
If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We give you multiple videos every single week. And we have t-shirts available if you're interested in those as well. Those are available down in the description below. We hope you'll follow us into the Vortex. We'll see you next time.